Good morning. It's Friday, May 2nd. And yesterday, while I was preparing this ranch, I was sitting in my den looking out through the back doors into my beautiful backyard, where I have a few flowers that were growing, and the birds were singing out there and searching in the grass for something to eat. And it was a spectacularly bright morning. And then I came across this article that talked about severe weather that is going across the United States. And the weather that they are talking about is terrible. The weather left 4 people dead in Pennsylvania and 2 people dead in Oklahoma. And these violent storms tore across more than a dozen states. And when I read that, I thought about how lucky we have been in the northeast part of our country, and how lucky we have been on Long Island, because the weather here has been magnificent for the last 2 or 3 years. But when I read about these violent storms, hurricane storms, with huge wind gusts, hail, and tornadoes, and something called the Directo, which is a long storm with destructive winds, tearing through states, through 500 miles from eastern Indiana, through much of Pennsylvania. I think to myself, how lucky we have been in New York over the past couple of years. In Oklahoma, first responders carried out dozens of swift water rescues at floodwater levels, and portions of state highways were closed, and more than 900 flights into and out of the U.S. were canceled due to the weather. And I'm sitting here in my den with the beautiful sun shining and saying to myself, as I read this article, how lucky we are, how fortunate we have been on Long Island and in the northeastern part of the country for the last couple of years at least. We've had no major storms. Mother Nature has been kind to us. And I wonder if there's a reason for her kindness. Are we so beautiful and so peaceful and so loving that she has allowed us to go untouched for a couple of years? And at this particular time, as I am talking to you, more than 250,000 people in 5 different states are without power. So they've been destroyed, virtually destroyed. Their lives have been turned upside down. How do you recover from a situation like that destroys property, kills a few people, turns your life upside down? Are the many people in this state affected? Are they going to be able to go and do their jobs in any short period of time? And how are we going to help them? I would assume that much money that has been contributed by the state of New York and many other states will go into the salvation of this region of the country that has been virtually destroyed. Oklahoma, parts of Texas, That region is left in a mess. More than a dozen southern states are affected by this storm. Think about that. 90-mile-an-hour wind gusts tearing across your region. When I see some of the pictures of the telephone poles down and the electric poles down and people putting together the destruction and moving it out of the way so that they can put up these orange signs that said work area ahead. And then there were the deadly floods. Oklahoma City picked up a foot of rain since the beginning of the month, marking it as the wettest April on record. They usually get about 4 inches of rain in April, but that's not what happened this year. And these storms killed people. Trees fell on people that killed them. One person was electrocuted when the electrical wires were torn from the utility pole when he was trying to clear debris out of his way. So this is a terrible, terrible disaster. A disaster might be too mild a word for this situation in this part of the country. And this is no small region when you look at some of the maps and everything. So they're going to need a lot of help in that area of the country. Displaced people. I am sure that there are offices and places of work that have been destroyed. So this is a catastrophe. There's no other word for this event. A catastrophic event. Mother Nature at her worst. So think about that. Think about how lucky we are in this part of our country. And let us hope that we can pull together and help these people in that region move ahead with their lives. So once again, we see the power of Mother Nature. And we must continue to recognize that we must always be on the alert because there is no defense against Mother Nature. And I have no further words on that subject right now. So I leave you with the thoughts of hoping that you can have a great day. Take care. Bye. Bye.